Hello, my name is host Rick, and I am the host of Talking with Famous People. I'd like to talk tonight a little bit about the Enneagram type of personality model, and specifically about 7 wing 8, 7 wing 6. As you might be able to hear, I am sick, and I do have a cold, and I have a little bit of a fever even, and my voice is a little bit shot as a consequence, and plus I've been working
Lucy,
a little
come
bit.
on.
So anyway, Delilah and I are going to go down
Lucy,
to
no.
take her to her boyfriend's right now. And I think what I'm going to do is hopefully she'll be willing to answer some questions. She's over here, Delilah, regarding personality type stuff. So let's find out.
Yeah, just that I said yes.
So here's Delilah. Now, Delilah, I'm in the process of just began the introduction for basically an Enneagram video, or Enneagram. And Enneagram says that would describe the ENTP personality type as type 7 for them, the enthusiast type. And they paint a fairly similar picture to the picture painted by the ENTP. But according to Enneagram, there are 2 subtypes to the 7 type personality and 8 subtypes, so 7 wing 8 and 7 wing 6. So the 7 wing 6 one is more prone towards fantasy, wizards and dragons and stuff, and the 7 wing 8 one is more prone towards like gear, monster trucks and stuff like that, I guess, from a male perspective.
I'm assuming we're the dragons one?
Yeah, I would say that we're both the 7 with 6 typically, but here's where I'm getting. I'm sorry to have so much background before I actually get to my question, but here's where I'm actually going with this is, according to this model, it says that the 7 with 8 has a certain stubbornness, right? So it would indicate that if you feel very strongly you should or shouldn't do something, or you think it's a good idea or bad idea, but a lot of people are giving you pushback about it, the 7 with 8 will resist the pushback and do what he or she wants, and the 7 with 6 will yield to the pushback.
It depends on the situation. Like, what? Like, give me an example. Like, is it like, I don't know exactly.
Well, an example would be what happened to me with work, right? Then that was a really extreme example where I had everybody saying, "You're crazy, Eric," but I was actually right.
I think I would. Well, it really, if it's a more one-on-one personal relationship, like that like with you or me, or in a relationship or something, then I'd probably provide a lot of. I probably would push back, right? Or kind of stand my ground. But if it were like a situation like that you had, or like a social situation or something, I probably, once met with resistance, would kind of fall back, I guess.
Well, what if I guess it's sort of like this idea. What if you said, "No, I want to go do this thing," and I know it's a weird sort of career path, or it's a weird choice for how to use. Lacey, can you not be a pain in the ass for 5 seconds, please?
Okay, so what were you saying?
Alright. I was saying, like, for example, you went to college and your parents or whatever, everybody in your family was pushing really hard for you to go into archaeology, but you went into music instead. Like, how much would you allow yourself to think in general to be shaped by the pushback, or not? Or do you think that's really something that's a trait so much as it is a response that services when there's a challenge?
I think that it's more of a case-by-case basis, because like right now I can think is okay. See, with that, like when I was saying, when I was telling your parents, oh, I'm gonna be a psychologist or whatever, your mom was very, she's very against, what I've been wanting to go into or whatever.
No or whatever, please.
But, so the only reason that anyone else's input, or resistance, shapes me right now in that situation is because I'm still unsure of what I'm going to go into. I'm leaning towards psychology, but I'm still unsure. That's why I'm taking into heavier consideration people's resistance to what, because plus they have more expertise in the field of education or whatever. Sorry. And I don't. So that's another reason, right? But if it were something like...
Are you against your own expertise in education?
Well, obviously, I need to know what I want to do, right? Are you just talking about just that one part?
Just that one part, yeah. You said, well, this one of the warrants you presented was they're experts in education. Yeah. Give me, now we're going to the other side.
Okay, well, I could say, first of all, my grandparents are old and don't always have the best, advice to give, especially because when they went into school, that was a lot of times. And another reason is
the world's dramatically different. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
In the sense that their advice probably wasn't going to be applicable.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it doesn't really. They're not actually experts in schooling stuff because they went to college a long time ago. They're smart in that kind of sense, but what they say isn't gonna really the same thing. It's not super applicable now. But yeah, I don't know. Also, it doesn't really matter. It would matter if I was saying I'm gonna major in this stupid thing, and they were please don't major in that. But when they're telling me, oh no, major in computer science stuff because, psychology doesn't make as much money.
Okay, stop with the nose and the lights too as well, please, if possible. But listen about the computer thing. What's interesting though is that defeats the previous response to the previous argument, right? It's because if they are
too old to know then
what
they wouldn't.
be advocating for, then they wouldn't be advocating that.
That's true. I don't know. It's it also doesn't really matter. I'm not making a dumb decision, and so it's more what I want to do in that sense, that what I want to do.
I think it's ridiculous to put any weight at all in any words you say right now, or ask you even what you wanted to do right now, because you don't know is the answer, and it's a totally acceptable answer, and the whole question's wrong. Why should you have to have a single thing that you do?
Yeah.
What do you want to learn would be a better one. Okay, what is that?
Here. Google Play Services has
That's
stuff.
fine. Is stuff like that answer?
I don't think so. No, he said it. Okay.
Alright, good. You shouldn't be thinking, I'm going to go to school to get the magic piece of paper so that I can do this thing. You should be thinking, what actual skills do I want to learn because I want to do something specific with those skills or knowledge? Why would education ever be anything other than that?
Yeah, that's true. I agree, actually. Can I check my phone just to see the
let's
answer?
stop this. That's a good line. That's fine. Thank you for watching. Talking about the